Hey, we are here with Gamebound, a little series of one-shots and short series that we play here on the channel, where we try games that we haven't tried before. This is Outgunned. We played it a couple weeks ago, and we are back to finish our kind of introductory shot that we started with. We got David and Josh today, two people who make lots of characters and who read the rules usually more than Connor and Jared do. So it'll be fun. I can count on the two of you to correct me when I don't remember a rule. So that'll be nice. Anyway, we started recording like 5 minutes ago, and then I realized I wasn't recording, which, hey, I will take 3 minutes into the session realizing that over halfway through the session, which the last two times that sort of thing has happened. That's how it went. Let's jump right into it. We are gonna wrap up our little one shot here. I keep saying one shot because like the game calls it an introductory shot, capital S. And so but usually when I use that term, I'm talking about a one shot, but we're doing a two shot today. We're finishing up a two shot and finishing up our little scenario thing that we started last time in the back of the Outgunned book here. And it was going pretty good last time. I felt like we hit the different mechanics in a pretty easy to understand way. Did a brawl and a chase. And now you guys are on a plane heading to somewhere. Yeah, I don't think actually.
We're just on a plane.
Yep, a MacGuffin briefcase that you guys are after. So we have Kenny West and Walter Dunn. The two of you are, you guys tell me, you introduce yourselves again to the world here, to the stream. What are you guys playing in terms of like Outgunned stuff, and what do you guys remember from what you guys did last time / what your guys' relationship is and what you're trying to do here? David?
Yeah, let's see. Find my character sheet. Oh wait, we don't have character sheets.
Yeah, you should have hopefully you saved a PDF.
Oh, that's right. I did. Yeah. I remember I think his name was Kenny.
Mm-hmm. Kenny West.
Kenny Wells, I believe is what I wrote down anyways.
Kenny West I have on mine.
Oh, I have Wells in my thing. West.
Maybe I misunderstood when you said your last name back in the stream, but hey, that's what's official on the overlays. So
doesn't matter yet. He's a fighter. He's a hunk. He's an adult. As far as I'm sure he's fine. And his catchphrase is, "There's only one way to get to know somebody." He is or was an MMA fighter who got outed for being too violent, and so he didn't have any work. And I don't know how we know each other, but
well, Walter apparently has friends and contacts and enemies on all sides of the law and in all corners of life. So I imagine it's not too difficult to imagine that he has your number somehow.
Walter probably just heard about that and needed some extra muscle for this, so he hired me to to do the thing.
Yeah, I think I mentioned last time how I imagine it kind of like Adamat and what is his name? Sixsmith or Sue Smith, I think is what it is, in the Powder Mage series, where you like the investigator hires a boxer or whatever to like keep him safe while he's investigating this dangerous thing.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I am Walter PPK Dunn, who is a cool but distressed sleuth. He has the job of private eye. His flaw is that he's on the fence. He kind of dabbles in both sides of the law. And his catchphrase is that everyone's a little dirty.
Yes.
Very cool. All right. Let's go ahead and jump back into it. So we left off last time where you guys had fought some thugs after a informant meeting went wrong. And then you use their vehicle, their cool muscle car, to chase after a plane that was currently taking off. And after mercenaries shot at you and threw like crates at you, you managed to punch it fast enough and hard enough to ramp yourself into the plane at the last second. And the car is now destroyed, but you guys are inside the bowels of this plane now, and it just as the ramp had closed, right? You got in there, and so yeah, you guys are, you've climbed out of the wrecked car, and you're kind of on the plane. Let's see. Oh yeah, we did like a session break last time, so we had you guys recover your grit. I think it was only Josh who got wounded at all there. And then you guys, I think I described last time that we weren't going to do like this catch a break thing that the game wants us to do, but honestly, since we
break anything.
Since we ended the session anyway, I'll go ahead and just do it as the game wants us to. Otherwise, this will just be one giant fight. So I'll let you guys try something else before it inevitably turns into a fight. So yeah, you guys you're like in a lower part of the cargo plane here. So all the mercenaries that were in here are now crushed by the car that you just drove in. So there's no one down here currently. You assume that there are other people in the rest of the plane. But yeah, we get a shot of the two of you kind of crawling out of the car and taking stock of your situation. And yeah, you're basically just in like whatever initial ramp area of this cargo plane there is. And then apparently it's multi-level, so you can climb up some access hatch or whatever and get up to whatever other part of the plane there is. Up to you guys how you would like to approach it. You can just run up there guns a-blazing, or you can take a slightly stealthy approach. There is some sort of access door. There's a whole door that is around here somewhere. I don't know exactly the layout of the plane, but you guys can imagine what a large cargo plane would look like. What do you do? You want to approach it?
Hey, well, sorry, what's your character's name? Space. You just said
Walter.
it. Walter, thank you. Hey, Walter, you know anything about planes?
Could I make a focus no roll to know something about plane?
Sounds like a reasonable assessment. Yeah, or a reasonable attempt. Go ahead.
That's
probably just looking for.
No.
I guess how many. The level of success you get, it's likely what you know. That'll be easy enough.
Yeah, cool. So I have 3 in focus and 3 in know, so it's 6 dice I'm rolling.
Go for it. Wow. There you go.
Critical. Yeah.
Oh, for a second, I didn't see that you had those 2s, and it just looked like every number was different. Cool. Yeah, 3 2s. Yeah, critical success is it's kind of the standard, like, you got a good success roll in this game. So I would say you know a thing or two about planes. That seems like a reasonable. It's one of the many things that Walter Dunn has spent a little time doing or knowing about. Maybe he did a case at one point that heavily involved planes or an airport or something, and he had to learn a bunch about it.
Yeah, no, he investigated like a chute that failed to open, and he tried to work out whether it was deliberately sabotage, and he definitely had to go up in a skydiving plane at least like 5 or 6 times. It was
it was a tax write-off. For sure. All right, cool. Yeah, so when Kenny asked that, Walter, you were like, 100% I do.
You know anything we could like, I don't know, put a bullet through that'll keep them from actually taking off? Just like shoot the gas tank or something.
Well, are we in the air already, or are we?
Oh yeah, it was like
Because it was taxiing at the time, so
yeah, it was taxing like as close as we could have gotten to the ramp closing and them taking
Right.
off. Like you guys were almost didn't make it, so they are definitely in the air. And after you've taken a moment to
Right.
crawl
But
out of the car, and
if we just shoot a bunch of holes through the gas tank, that they'll have to have time to get down, right? Just not enough fuel to get wherever they're going.
I mean, I don't know. We are going by action movie rules here,
true.
so
If I shoot the
likely
gas
if you
tank, it'll explode.
it'll just explode, right?
We could cut the fuel lines or something instead.
Yeah, you could do. There is something more subtle you could probably attempt.
But I don't know anything about planes, so I'm not actually sure how that would work.
Yeah. Yeah, Walter could probably figure out some way to sabotage the plane that would cause a problem that would mean they had to land prematurely. There'd be another role there somewhere, like a stealth to get to whoever it is and some sort of technical skill to like actually do the thing. But you certainly know of a thing.
Yeah.
Do that, or we could just go like punch the pilot. It's up to you.
So as far as you guys know, the briefcase is on this plane.
Right.
So your plan would be to stop the plane and then what?
Well, I mean, we're on the plane, so land at some point.
Right, but you need to find the briefcase as well, right?
Right, yeah, but it's not going anywhere. They're on the plane too.
Yeah, but as soon as the plane lands, what do you expect to do, right?
Well, right. I mean, I assume in the meantime,
Then
things will be happening. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think I'm trying to think whether he would like try and lure people to us or whether he just like find something to mess with them. Technically, like one of my best skills is flying a plane or helicopter. So I think oh dear. Yeah, I think he maybe like says to, I can't remember what accent Walter had.
Hard-boiled detective.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. So I think he just turns to Kenny and says, I don't know about what we're going to do with trying to make this thing fall out of the sky. Personally, I don't like to crash in planes. But I figure if we take over the pilot's seat, I could at least put them on a course where they're not going where they're intended.
Works for me.
Pointing in the direction of the nearest military airspace, and they'll be knocked down soon enough. Then we just need to find find the briefcase, grab a couple of parachutes, and bounce.
Sounds good. If you were gonna have a briefcase on a plane, where would you put it? I mean, I feel like the pilot makes sense.
Either a nice lockbox or strapped to someone important.
Someone more important than the pilot on a plane, right?
Well, let's go ask him.
All right. Sounds good to me. If he doesn't have it, we'll just nosedive until they give it to us, you
know? Tell me where it is.
Play chicken with the ground.
Cool, yeah, so you're going to try that.
Do you have soft feet?
No. Soft feet?
Yeah, I know. If you're stealth.
Oh, no.
Or do you more like bust in the window?
Well, actually, I mean, I don't know. Hold on. I can't say no because this game gives you a lot of things that you don't take on purpose.
Yeah, I figure what the skills are.
Stealth. No, I am not stealthy.
Yeah, you could stealth yourself. Well, I assume Walter, but taking Kenny along is likely not going to end how you want it to.
I mean, if you want, I can draw attention and you can, I don't know, shoot them from the rafters or something. I don't know how planes work.
Yeah, I think we'll. I think I'll take the lead and go a little quiet, and then you can come up behind me. And if you make a racket, well, they might poke out their heads from the door, look in your direction, and I can conk them on the back of the head.
Sounds like a plan.
Let's move.
All right, cool. Yeah,
Cool.
Kenny will wait for. Wow, I'm the worst. For Walter to do the stealth first, and then I'll make some noise afterwards.
Sounds good. Your first obstacle looks like, Walter, is the hold door itself. It is locked, so you'll either have to like break it down or pick lock it. Either way, you'll I assume want to attempt it stealthily. What do you want to do?
I'm not particularly good at picking locks.
And yeah, like the hold is enough of a mess down here. It's possible one of these mercenaries has some sort of key or something, but like that would probably take a while to pick through. Some of them are pinned under the car. Like,
I mean, I'm pretty good at. I will actually just like search the room. I think.
Okay.
Because that's what I'm good at.
Sure.
I'm sure the plane has
probably
way
like. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just probably the long solution. So it's probably taking a bit longer than it would to just pick the lock or something. But that's fine enough. I mean, hey, if it was a good enough success, it's you just find it. The first time you step on a body here. So
I'll hide behind the door in case somebody comes through, and then I can just choke slam them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, go ahead, Walter. You can do some looking for stuff around the room.
Mm-hmm.
What is that again?
Focus detect, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's also 6. Let's see.
Oof. Well, that's the roll that. Yeah, I guess just one basic success.
Two
basic success. Man, why am I not able to use my eyes to like properly see these?
But I do automatically get a free reroll when searching a room. So because I'm a detective, so
cool.
I will roll 2 dice and see if I can pair those up and make it better. Yeah,
that's there you go. 3 5s. Yep, that's good enough. Again, it takes time, but eventually you do find pinned under the car slightly, and maybe you get Kenny to come help and like lift it up slightly. But that's just basic success sort of thing, and you had an extra one of those, so you can just give it to him. You kind of lift up the car a little bit, slide the body out, and grab his whatever key card or little access fob that he has there that you can snag and use on the door. Cool. Yeah. So then you kind of start sneaking around the rest of the ship.
Yeah.
The rest of the plane, rather. All right. Do it. Go ahead and make a crime stealth roll for us.
Can I make a roll to help him?
Yeah. How does this game work with that sort of thing again?
I mean, I could make a roll and then give him successes from it, I think. But I'm not really sure. Well, no. Sorry. Help is you choose between a +1 to his roll. You can just make what he does succeed because of the help, or you can say that what he's my help is allowing him to do it in the first place.
Yeah.
So my plan is to just make as much noise as possible.
Yeah, sure. You can give him a +1 then.
Cool.
That's fine enough for me.
Here's Kenny.
For me. I do have a basic. I'm assuming I'll need a critical.
Yes, I think so. Let me double check what the game.
You can also do double basics, which is like not as hard as a critical, but not as easy as a basic.
Yeah. I think you're fine. Let's see. I think you're fine. For now with just a basic. That's not gonna ride the whole time, but it certainly gets you out of the hold and around a little bit. We can leave it at that for now. I do think so. You're able to like peek into the main cabin. Oh no, I see. It's I guess it's not a huge plane. So Yeah, I mean, it says basic action roll here. So I'll give it to you. So you peek into the main cabin of the large cargo plane as you kind of open that door, and it's probably an access hatch or a hold door or whatever it is. But you're able to open it and peek through. And you do see the rest of the team of well-armed mercenaries. They almost seem like more dangerous than those other ones. Those other ones are probably just mooks, but these guys are like the elite squad or whatever. They are busy moving crates around, and maybe like securing them, double checking that they're secured to the walls and various things. I guess it's yeah, that's probably what they're doing. You are able to with that basic roll, you can sneak up a little bit closer. You'll have to make some sort of like detect roll or whatever to see what's going on and get a better handle on what's actually happening and why they're moving the crates around and stuff.
Yeah, I'll have to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, just do focus detect again.
Yeah.
That's
critical and a basic. Nice. Yeah, I think you spot so obviously they're moving crates around. It does look like they are placing them in specific places. It doesn't look like like you thought they were securing them like you would when you're on a long plane ride at first, but it actually seems like they're unfastening them from some of the restraints and then like setting them haphazardly around the hold, one next to some part of the plane that looks really important, and you're not sure. It's like you just like they kind of jammed it right in front of the thing, and you're like, okay, I don't know what's exactly going on here. But your successes do show you that you see you see that some of the mercenaries are getting parachutes out of storage and starting to put them on. You at one point, one of them is double checking the lid, like the lid has come off one of the crates. They look in it briefly, and then one of the other mercenaries like nudges them, like, yeah, close that thing, right? And then he closes it. But in that brief span of time when you open it, you saw what looked to be explosives in one of those crates. What do you do with that information?
I mean, I'll definitely like inform my friend, like with finger signals. But probably just like light a stick of dynamite kind of thing.
Yeah,
in boxes.
He gestures to you, Kenny, that you're about to go sky high. Well, more sky high than you already were.
Okay, so they're growing.
I think you're muted, David.
All right. I did help you by making noise. We should probably figure out what that looked like.
Oh, yeah. I honestly think that it ends up being inconsequential. I think they're busy enough moving things around that it doesn't actually...
He didn't care.
He didn't need the help necessarily.
Oh, okay, sure. Cool. Then, so you want to go get a stick of dynamite? That's what you want to do?
No, I'm just gesturing to you that is what's in the crates.
Boom.
Yeah, boom.
Okay. Trying to think if I interpret that as a indication that we should kill everybody.
One last thing that you notice, Walter, is you spot a man in some sort of elegant black suit. He is walking toward the cockpit, and he is carrying a briefcase.
I want to sprint kick that guy.
Yeah, I mean, by the time Kenny would get over there, he's in the cockpit. But yeah,
with the style of explosives, this is probably something I would ask: is with the style of explosives, is it kind of packet C4 where I could grab a small piece, but then I would need like an electrical detonator, or is it something where if you shoot it, it's likely to explode? Or kind of stuff?
A little bit of both, right? Like they definitely, you're sure they have a detonator somewhere here. If they're planning on like jumping out of the airplane, they're probably have a remote detonator. But it does. I mean, we're going by action movie rules here. If you shoot if a gunfight breaks out in this plane, it will eventually cause all the explosives to go off, right? That's easy enough an assumption to make given our genre. So whatever that would have to mean in terms of the actual technical details.
Alrighty.
But yeah, so as of now,
I made a bunch of rolls. Do you want to decide how we proceed, Kenny?
But we were going towards the pilot, right? I guess I looked down, like, there goes our briefcase.
Well, that's a good question. Like, would we have to go past these like special forces guys to reach the briefcase guy, or is it separate parts?
Sorry, say that again.
The briefcase guy was on the other side, right?
Guy,
yeah.
Is it on so it's on the other side of these?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, it's farther. You have to get through all the mercenaries to get to the cockpit.
I figured like this. Yeah. I'd be like, I'll go left, you go right.
Yeah, stuff.
So are you guys just like gonna fight?
Yeah, I start yelling or sprinting. And I say dynamic entry, and then I fly 2 feet first into somebody.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you can do that.
Cool.
Let me grab the information for these mercenaries here. Or rather, let's double check what the game wants us to do. So are you just gonna like fight the mercenaries on the way to him? It does look like, again, they're putting on parachutes. They're starting to get next to the door, the access door that's the emergency exit.
Well, they all have guns, right? I don't know that we have the ability to like ignore them very much. Necessarily.
I mean, in theory, you could just like wait for them to actually jump out of the airplane, and maybe there's an opening here at some point. You still stealth, right? Maybe there's an opening at some point that you can take advantage of, rather than when they all are still in the plane. You know.
Yeah, I guess I figured
just whether they then blow the explosives.
Yeah, the more time passes, the closer you do get to plane exploding. But yeah,
right. I mean, the briefcase guy went into the cockpit, and I don't think you can get out from the cockpit, right?
No, probably not.
So, I mean, I guess it is safe to assume that the plane isn't going to explode until he's off of it. But
probably safe.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. What do you think?
So if I understand, like, parachute thing, they clip themselves onto something first, and then they go out. Is that right?
Clip themselves onto what?
There's usually a line.
Oh, yeah. I guess I don't know if they're doing that in this situation. Like they're not in a. Yeah, I mean, maybe one or two of them is, but like the timing on this, I think, is going to be close enough that they're not waiting around for the particular moment to drop necessarily. By the time they open that door, they're just going to be jumping. And so they're starting to walk over there, put on the parachutes, and like stand in front of the door.
I was thinking I'd just like handcuff someone to the inside, like the first guy, so he can't actually leave.
Yeah, that would be kind of funny. I'm not sure how you get to that guy without also, getting shot at a bunch of times, though.
Yeah, I mean, we could just fight him. That's fine.
Yeah, up to you guys.
If it goes anything like last time, you'll just kill 9 of them in one shot, and it'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, up to you guys. There's a moment here where they are starting to get ready to jump. They haven't opened the access door yet. They haven't opened the exit. But it seems like most of their preparations for the explosives are done. But the guy in the cockpit has not returned.
How many of them are there?
Let's take a look. There are. So the way this works is like each of these boxes counts as one guy, right?
It sounds.
Is that how that goes? I think that's how it was for the last one. Yeah, 9 of them.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yeah. And they look, again, I described
yeah,
them.
they look
They
better,
look like the
yeah.
elites. So
Do I see like a hand grenade on them at all, or like are they fully decked out?
yeah. They definitely have grenades as standard issue equipment. I suppose you could shoot one of their grenades or
Yeah.
stealth of one of their grenades in other pockets. Again, it looks like the plane is pretty
recoil-fied, yeah.
Yeah, like any amount of a gunshot or a grenade blast is certainly going to set out everything.
Is the door actually open yet?
No. Depending on how long you wait. Like if you can wait until the door's open, but
also, is it safe to assume that they won't shoot at us if that's true because they're all still on the plane? I mean, if they shoot it and it blows up, they'll also die.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible if you start shooting them that they just open the door and jump out, right? And they're like, screw this.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think we just try and fight them. It's a one shot.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll jump kick one of them. They're surprised, right? I get something for that.
I don't remember what this game does with that. But I would like to. I would say that probably what happens is the moment you guys are like getting ready to jump or start to fight, that's the moment that the man in black comes back from the cockpit. He's already wearing a parachute. The briefcase is now handcuffed to his left wrist, and he holds a detonator in his right hand. So do you immediately attack as soon as you see him, like because you were getting ready to anyway?
Sure, yeah, I'll change course and jump kick him instead.
Okay, yeah.
Part of me wishes I'd taken the jump kick.
Yeah, I'll try and like, I don't know. I'd probably just like start shooting at the guys who are lining up.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Let me take a look at their thing here again. Let's see here. Just double checking. Yeah, I see.
What kind of suit is this guy wearing?
An elegant black suit. I don't know exactly what kind of style, but it's all black and it is elegant. That's all I know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He definitely looks like the villain, right? Mm-hmm. Like,
yeah, PPK is definitely disturbed by that. No, everyone's a little dirty, and he needs to look it. So
there you go. We'll fix that.
Yeah, fair. So go ahead and whoever just wants. So Kenny, you're starting us off. Or is like okay? Yeah, go ahead. You're gonna try to barrel into the man in black. Go ahead and do that. You're gonna need So it tells me about the mercenaries. It doesn't tell me about this guy, but he is a villain, like straight up, like villain. What are you trying to do exactly? Like knock him unconscious?
Jump kick him? I don't know. Sure.
Let me grab a quick villain template here, just so I know what I'm doing. No, that's not what I need. Where are these? Because typically, I'm trying to remember what the rules are for like the actual like villains, because I think it's like you can't even actually like defeat them until like the end of the game or whatever. But I don't know exactly what you can do to them in the meantime, right?
Right.
Let's see here. Find.
I mean, I would just say I'd have him drop the briefcase, but he
did handcuff it to himself. Yes, exactly.
I mean, he's got a parachute already, so it could even be just like you just count it as an attack against the moot, and say that if we do succeed on an attack against them, like we boot him out the window and he takes one of the guys with him. but like
Yeah,
he's
that
got a
might make
parachute, so
sense.
he'll be fine in the actual fall.
I mean, I'm
For some
trying to keep him
reason,
from leaving, but I suppose that's probably not how the thing
Yeah,
is meant
if
to
we're
go.
going by movie logic,
Yeah.
then like he has to get out of the ship.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
For some reason, I just can't find. I know I saw it as I was going through here.
That's
Oh,
yeah.
here we go.
I'll just
Bosses. Here we go. Finally,
okay.
finally found it. Okay. Is boss different from?
Well, but is there a stat block for the Men in Black later in the adventure somewhere, or?
And well, I don't have the full adventure. I just have the whatever introductory thing, and the only thing that it has in here that you can do to him is like get the briefcase from him at one point. Like they assume that you can't like hurt him or whatever. But I just wanted to know like what the
Weird.
difficulty is to do something to him that's not in the one part of the game that it gives you like that you can do something to him. Go ahead and Kenny, go ahead and roll a. I have a stat block here now. Go ahead and roll to attack, I assume, right? You're mainly just doing MMA stuff to like what, get the briefcase from him, knock him down. What are you trying to do
Well, I mean,
exactly?
unless he's like super jacked, I'm assuming that the guy in the nice suit probably isn't like an MMA fighter. So I'm just trying to knock him out. But
Okay.
maybe I'll be surprised.
I think he might be. Go ahead and
I
roll.
suspected as much.
Roll your fighting stuff.
Okay. It is
One basic.
So I'll use my free reroll for fighting.
Yeah, definitely doesn't work there.
Yeah. Got another one, so that's a critical, and then another basic.
As it stands with a basic and a critical, he manages to catch your arm, in a very dramatically surprising way, and he says, "My, so eager," and then he like shoves you away, and you just stumble. Like he's very, very strong and like unnaturally so seems, or like you did not expect him to be so trained and strong, but it doesn't definitely seems like you definitely don't knock him out. I'm not sure what the game gives with just like if you have an extreme or sorry, if you had a critical and you needed an extreme, what that exactly means. I guess it just means we do fail forward in some way here, but I don't know what I don't remember exactly what the combat rules are for that. I think probably
I'm pretty sure that the idea or what it says in the book is that all combat rolls are dangerous. So I'm pretty sure if you fail a combat roll, you take damage.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, let's do that.
I think.
So let's see. What is it? Extreme is the next one, right? It's four of a kind.
Yeah, I think so.
That's all right.
Trying to think if I should re-roll, if I should push it.
Yeah, you can go. That's what will happen if you don't push it. But yeah, he'll probably like slam you into the side of the plane.
Right. I guess I'll try. Oof, I get a 4. No, I was re-rolling the 6s, trying to get another 4.
Oh, I see.
So I just have the critical left. Although I think if you fail to get better on a reroll,
the 6s would have been paired, so you would have to just roll 1 die.
Oh, I couldn't do that. That's right.
Yeah, you would just roll.
Yeah,
okay, let me
go ahead and try it.
Yeah, probably not as good of an idea now, but yeah. Oh well. So yeah, it didn't help. So
Cool.
would I lose the basic then? Is that how that works?
Yes. Yeah. So you just have the critical.
Yeah.
What is it? I'm trying to remember. There's just a lot of rules in this game. Or rather, I just don't know.
There's a lot of interactions. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're unusual.
I just don't know them. I'm just curious about, because I'm pretty sure I remember there being like some sort of interaction with like what's kind of success you get and what.
Yeah, you could spend successes to reduce the severity of damage, but I only remember that in the context of defense, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, so it's basically an extreme damage is 9 grit. So you could spend a critical to reduce that by 3 grit.
Yeah, well,
here,
because
it says, if
not
you fail, you'll
attacking
lose
me,
some
right?
grit.
Yeah.
But you can still spend stuff. Yeah, I think that's what Josh said is probably what's happening. You're going to take 9 grit if you don't like.
They do their full attack damage if you fail an attack roll.
Well, all it says is
you can spend it's in damage control, so it's page 82.
Right.
You spend you can spend, so for every basic success you score, you avoid losing 1 grit, and for every critical success, you can avoid losing 3 grit.
Right. Yeah. Which is, I mean, I remember reading that in the context of a defense, but I guess, and I'm attacking him and I fail. Is he doing his full damage?
I think so. I don't think there's any reason to assume otherwise. Yeah.
Okay. So then I take 6.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, this probably isn't going to go well.
Yeah, I mean,
one thing to note. I'm not. The other thing that we need to double check is Spotlight. I'm not sure whether you can spend Spotlight before, after, or whether you have to do it before. So that's the other question.
True. Yeah, I guess if I know I'm going to take 6 grit, this would be a good time to use it, but I don't know if, yeah.
Sorry, what are you looking up, Josh?
The spotlight. He's looking to see if you can spend it whenever you want, or if you have to.
Right, you got that. We have adrenaline.
Right. Yeah.
It does seem to say you spend Spotlight to get an extreme success automatically instead of rolling the dice. So I think once you roll the dice, you have to stick with it.
Cool. Let's see. And then I really should have been handing out adrenaline, but I didn't last time at all. Let's see here. And just double checking this. Was there a time that any of these things happened last time? They get the success they needed against all odds. They get a far greater success than they needed. They have an idea that rocks the story. They make a great sacrifice. They induce strong emotions. They captivate people with their portrayal. They're at the center of an epic scene, or everyone cheers.
There's a couple times where Walter shot literally everybody all at once. I don't know if it counts as
I feel like the closest one that I think we got wasn't there a time someone got a far greater success than they needed? Do you remember who that was? I just listened to it, but I don't.
I think it was me.
The only time I remember that was when Walter was shooting stuff and it was like ridiculous overkill. But I can't think of any other time.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and hand out 1 adrenaline to you, Josh, since I had forgotten that last time. Yeah, I mean, up to you, David, if you want to spend...
well, I don't think I can
spend a spotlight.
Yeah.
Let me see what you can spend. How many adrenaline do you have?
2, but I don't think there's anything I can do at this point.
No, I don't think so. Unless you have like a special feat or something.
No, yeah, I don't. Okay. I can spend 1 to get an extra dice at the beginning, but yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so Kenny, I mean, this isn't you actually getting injured, I don't believe. Though I don't remember when this is another thing I forgot about last time. I don't know when you assign conditions or like what you should, when
I think it's
there's a box on the track. It's box. The bad box. Yeah, when you hit the bad
hot
box
box.
on the
Okay.
track.
No, the hot box is at the end. It gives you an adrenaline. The bad box is like near like 3/4 of the way through.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go. But there are 3 reasons you can suffer a condition when you fill in the bad box as a consequence of failure. When failure is not enough, the director can decide you also suffer a condition. For example, when you need an extreme success and don't score even a basic success, or when your failure is so glaring or so painful that grit is just not enough to keep you going. I don't think that's the case here, but okay, that's good to keep in mind. Yeah, so you take 6 grit, Kenny.
Oof.
And yeah, you just get like thrown against the side of the plane wall, and you feel you're definitely gonna be bruised tomorrow. What does that look like beyond what I just described?
Yeah, he probably just glances back to Walter like, oh, this is going to be a lot worse than I thought. And
yeah.
And I mean, at this point, there's probably a bunch of people with rifles, so he's probably like, I'm going to go find somebody easier to beat up.
Yeah, and I think what happens is they look at you and they don't draw their guns, they just jump out of the plane, right? They just start jumping out. Walter, you can take some shots at them if you'd like, but it does seem like they're just exiting rather than fighting you. Up to you how you want to handle that. And the man in black is quickly gonna follow them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one of the mercenaries opens the whole door. A strong wind starts flying into the plane. And then, honestly, I think because of, up to you what you attempt to do. What they're going to try to do is just usher the man in black through the door as quickly as possible and then jump out themselves. So if you want to try to stop them from doing that at any point, you can, but that's what they're trying to do.
What's the closest box to the door?
There probably isn't one super close to the door. I would say there's one. There are two, like one on each side of the door, but there's a good like maybe 10 feet between the door at the center here and where those boxes are.
No, I think just seeing everyone pile out. I think Walter just maintains his cool. He knows all about these parachuting planes. He just grabs like a parachute off the wall for him and Kenny, and then like basically stops the fighting part and just immediately goes to the jumping out and surviving part.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's do an action roll there. Just because of timing and speed and all, and finding ones that are left behind.
Yeah. Can I just go like nerves cool maybe to just like,
yeah, that makes sense. Yep. Certainly a movie sort of thing to do, right? Like you get by just because you're so dang cool. Already got the parachutes ready. And I'd say probably a basic success will give you a minor version of this, but a critical success will just you do exactly what you say.
That's
3 basics. There you go.
Which is a good. Yeah.
That'll do. Yeah. So they all jump out, right? And then Kenny, as he's like shaking himself off and like standing back up, they've already all jumped out, and you just like hand him a parachute, and you're like, time to go, right?
Yeah. Like literally, I think the man in black's like takes his line up at the door and jumps out, and then we just follow him like a nice orderly queue out doing this exact same thing.
Yeah. Yep. So Kenny, you were handed a parachute.
Oh, sweet.
Walter, I assume you've already got yours on, and then Kenny, you like, like, how do you do this?
What are we doing?
Yeah, I think like definitely Walter literally just does the whole like spiel of an instructor talking about how to put on a parachute and jump out. Done it too many times.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Now I see the section where it talks about what you do, what happens if you attack the villain in the plane here.
Okay.
It says if they try to grab him instead, something goes wrong and they both get thrown out of the plane into a free fall.
Fun.
So anyway, taking 6 grit is also a good way to go.
I imagine this scene is like when Nemo's dad, whose name I don't remember, is listening to the turtle explain how to get out of the thing. It's like, he's so adorable, but I can't understand anything. Because we're right next to the open door of a plane. You're just yelling at me, explaining how to put my parachute on. I'm like, okay. Just put it on.
All right. Sounds good. Yes, you guys jump out. Now you guys are in free fall. So let's see here. I think whoever's watching this movie would probably point out a continuity error here, but just because we don't want to be falling in the dark, we'll say that the sun is rising now. It probably hasn't been that long that you've been in the plane, but apparently long enough.
6 hours to find that key card.
Exactly. Well, I did say it took a while. Yeah. So you. The sun is beginning to rise. You are plummeting toward what looks to be a rocky shore. and you're surrounded by angry mercenaries, also in free fall, right? Or I guess they're below you, but like there's still like everyone's kind of in the air. The fall is going to last a certain amount of action turns, and with alternating reaction turns, like a combat or a chase or whatever. I'm not going to tell you how many you have, but at the beginning of the next round, after the ones you have, right, after the ones you'll have to do things, everyone who does not have a parachute is going to risk meeting a rocky end. It's possible the mercenaries are going to try to take the parachutes off of you and shoot you or whatever else they're going to do, right? So this is a little conflict here we're going to do. So you go ahead and tell me what you're going to do for your actions here. You could try to retrieve a weapon, or you could try to shoot them with your weapons. You could try to disarm one of them. You could shoot them. You could grab onto a mercenary or to the man in black. You could take a parachute. You could put one on. There's all sorts of different things you can do. What do you want to attempt?
I mean, I'll try and like fall. You do the thing where you accelerate or whatever and try and grab one of the guys and grab his gun from him.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. What do you think you're doing there for skills? Let's see here. Do you want to do wait, oh, there it is. Do you want to do fight? Or are you just like
that makes
is the important
sense.
part that like taking his gun from him?
Yeah, I mean, if I can just beat him up and then take his gun, I'll do that. But, yeah, I mean, I think that probably makes sense.
Sure.
Let's see. All right.
Yeah. Go ahead. You'll need a critical action roll.
Got one.
Nice. And a basic.
And I get a free reroll, so I might as well. Oh, I can't well, yeah, I might as well reroll at 6.
Reroll a 6, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yep. So you can do something else in the meantime, but and honestly, we can say that basic success is probably you diving, right? Like doing that acceleration thing you wanted to do, and then it goes really well. You get to one of the mercenaries and grab his gun from him. Are you trying to like beat him up too, or like what do you?
I might as well, I suppose. Maybe that's it, right? Maybe I can use the critical success to beat him up, and then the basic to steal his gun.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah, you're just like punch him straight across the face, and his gun goes. You want to grab it and like have it.
Yeah, I want to try and shoot holes in parachutes if I can here.
Nice. Okay, sounds good. So, yeah, so you're still kind of falling, and but you're like trying to like get control of the gun in your hand and aim it. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Walter, what are you doing?
I think
as the guy goes spinning off.
Yeah, I think I kind of want to say that Walter like grabbed one stick of dynamite on the way out or something. Like,
yeah.
Just like and so he just like throws that towards one of the guys and goes for like anti-aircraft fire. Just like waits till it's nearby and then shoots it out of the air. Makes an explosion here.
Yeah, I mean, well, so keep in mind, there's very likely the guy had the detonator in his hand. It's very likely as soon as they jumped out, they were going to hit that detonator.
Yeah,
so
but not every like brick.
That's true. That's true.
Detonator in it.
Yeah, you're right. It would be hooked up kind of all together. If you broke off a piece of that or whatever it is, snag one. Okay, so you're trying to like throw it at someone and then shoot it, or
it's like I don't want to go pew pew and kind of hit. I would just like blast one out of the sky.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So like some of the mercenaries.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead. Let's do I think focus shoot, right?
Yep.
So that is nerves shoot.
Yeah. And I'm going to spend an adrenaline on this to give myself an extra die.
Cool. But yeah, I'll basically say that like, ooh, nice.
So that's a crit and a basic. I'll re-roll those 2 dice with my free re-roll because I'm using a pistol.
Yeah, do it. Nice.
That's an extreme.
Extreme.
Nice.
Extreme and a basic, right?
Extreme and a basic. Yeah.
Wow.
Very cool. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay.
I think with the
So-
basic, I'm gonna like try and kind of pull my shoot early, so that if they
Okay.
want to shoot at me, they're basically shooting through their own shoots and likely going to damage them.
Okay. Yeah. So and then you shoot you throw the explosive over there and shoot it. And yeah, we'll say some of the like I mean, you got an extreme success. So like they are like probably what happens is they try to pull some of their shoots. Right? As maybe that's what happens. You throw this like explosive at them, and you're lining up your shot, and one of the mercenaries like sees that you've thrown this at them, and it's like spiraling in the air around them, or towards them, and he's like pull the shoot, right? And at least one of them like pulls his shoot to try to like get like make the fall go slower for him so that the distance between
get away
the two,
from the bomb.
Yeah, get away from the bomb. And instead it blows up like right as he's pulling the chute, and so like the chute itself just gets shredded, and he just falls off into the. But yeah, like definitely like mercenaries are going everywhere and like
Nice.
flying around. Definitely out of commission a bunch of them for now. I don't think you kill any of them because that's not really the point of this.
And
Or
they'll
if you
die
do it,
anyways.
or if you do, it's not going to matter for the eventual fight you have with these on the ground if you do end up going that direction. But in terms of movie logic, like what the purpose of the scene is, like you've scattered them, they're all over the place. You don't know if some of them have died or gone off into the distance. They're not going to be trying to take your parachutes or whatever or shooting you. Cool. Yeah, and I think
back in a second.
Yeah. It's about the time that like the whole plane explodes, right? Like the guy hits the detonator and explodes above you. Debris and shrapnel and broken crates and stuff are flying in the air down next to you guys. And honestly, that's probably the thing I'll have you do for a reaction roll here. Is dodge flaming debris falling from the sky. So Kenny, let's see. That's probably maybe
stunt and something.
Yeah, bronze, maybe nerves stunt or something.
Makes sense. Say either nerves or smooth, but both are 2, so it doesn't matter.
Well, smooth is like social stuff. So yeah,
Oh,
let's do nerves stunt. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I mean, you are in the air. I'm not sure how much you can actually use brawn in this situation.
No,
but
I don't think that would make a lot
still
of sense.
definitely a stunt. So nerves stunt, Walter, to dodge flaming debris from the plane that just blew up.
A basic.
Not exactly what you needed. Would you like to try again? Should I push it?
Yeah, I guess I have to.
Oof. See, that's the roll I was thinking it was a while ago. That just nothing.
Yeah.
A full house, but
Straight.
no,
Going
straight. That's what I meant. Yeah. Haven't played poker in a while. Yeah, so good luck. I mean, if you don't push it, you'll.
I can't push it. I don't have a basic to risk.
Yes. Okay. Are you gonna push it, David?
Yeah.
With your 3s there. Okay.
I did not get more 3s.
You did get another basic though.
Well, no, because I rerolled everything except
you
the 3.
rolled the 2. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So did you lose your basic then?
I think so. Yeah, I just get nothing.
All right. Cool. All right, sounds good. So, I mean, both of you basically then do not have any success towards the flaming debris. This took you definitely by surprise. Walter, you said you pulled your shoot early, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this is probably the shoot getting shredded,
it,
right?
Yeah.
And just you go back into free fall now with a useless shoot still attached to you.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say let's do the what is a critical like if an enemy has like a critical attack and you fail and get amount of grit. What is that again?
6.
Is it 6?
Is it not 3? Because I thought basic was 3, and then I thought it was increments of 3 from there.
Basic's 1. I think.
Oh,
Basic's 1.
okay.
Basic is 1, critical is 3, extreme is 9.
Oh, okay.
Really escalates. Okay, yeah. So I think each of you are going to take 3 grit as well, unless you want to. I guess you can have any successes to minimize it. Yeah, so 3 grit. And Josh, your shoot is shredded. Probably David, just so we fail forward here as well. I think. Nah, I don't know if I want to be that mean. I think you can keep on you can hold your gun still.
I do take a condition though, so I don't know how that works. But
okay.
I look either
maybe you do drop your gun.
Hurt, nervous, like a fool, distracted, or scared.
Let's see here. Hurt, nervous, like a fool, distracted, scared. What about broken, David? We can do hurt. That seems good enough.
I'm not sure remember what that does.
-1 to all brawn rolls.
Gross. Okay.
Yeah. So you got some like the shoot for I guess unless I don't think you took any conditions from this, right, Walter? Your shoot I think took most of the damage that might have been done to you. But yeah, Kenny, you shrapnel right from the.
Yeah.
You maybe get hit by a piece of flaming debris. Either way, you're in a bad state now. Still falling, and honestly, you probably do lose your gun at that point if you literally start up getting hit by stuff. So the mercenaries gun that you had secured goes flying off into the ether. You guys are falling at this point, but it's action roll for you guys. You guys are action heroes. You can step up to the task here and do something. But Josh currently does not have a working parachute.
Yeah. I'll try and like get into his path if I can, and then like catch him so we can use the shoot together.
Okay,
that's on me.
That sounds like stunt, but I'm not sure. Up to you, I guess.
It's probably the same thing as
stunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go for
it. The basic. Is what we roll it. Or well, no, because I mean, what do I need to do that? I guess
I think critical makes sense.
Okay. I mean, I guess I can just try again. Yeah, I have a feeling. It seems to happen a lot. If you don't have free rerolls, it seems pretty difficult to recover from a basic. I mean, it shouldn't be, but
yeah.
I haven't had any luck with it, I guess. All right. Well, I mean, I guess I don't do that.
I think you do. Typically in this game with especially with action rolls, the heroes don't fail to do what they're trying to do. It's way more complicated than they want it to be, or something goes wrong. So I think you do grab Walter.
Maybe I didn't put my thing on right because I couldn't understand what he was saying.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
He's like, it's not on right.
Well, maybe I think you just would do it right. I think you dive towards him and grab him, and you're kind of like spinning slightly in the air, and Walter's like trying to like detach his chute, and I think he does. Like Walter, I think you manage to get your chute detached, and it like flies off. And Kenny, you're like, okay, I got you, and you pull yours, and it just flies off your back. And you're like, oh, great! And now you're both just falling.
Yeah. I think that I think it seems to be turning out that like Walter was like a professional skydiver at this point.
Sure.
I think he's just going to try and maintain his cool and like angle his body to kind of fly over to one of the mercenaries and just slam into him and give him a bear hug.
Sounds good. Yeah, I think David, when your parachute flies off, you probably do lose grip of Walter for a second.
Sure.
And especially if Walter wants to dive here, and it probably just
sense.
Doesn't happen then.
So I'll just do that. It's cool.
But you could have if you'd wanted to.
Yeah.
It's just useless to hold on to at that point.
I will do a reroll. So I'll risk one of those basics.
Nice. And this is the second round, right?
Yeah.
So that makes it 3 pairs, which is critical.
Nice. Yeah, that works. All right, cool. So you managed to do that, no problem. And what your goal is exactly? You're grabbing onto him and doing what exactly?
Grabbing onto him, probably wait in a tussle to like try and for me to take off his. I just want to basically grab him and be in some way either knock him out and then just hold on to his chute, or like something like that. So I've still got a chute.
Oh, yeah. I guess
process of
it does say
taking it,
for the action turns, grab onto a mercenary is its own action. So I think we can say you are tussling with him right now, and you'll have to like take another action to like actually get off his parachute. That's it's a whole big thing to like actually detach it from him and take it off. So you're just tussling with him, right? But you got a firm grip on him. You're successfully like you got him where you want him, tumbling down through the air. And it's probably at that point that the mercenaries are going to try to like shoot at you guys. Certainly you, Josh, like that guy like pulls a pistol and just tries to like like shoot you in the gut. So go ahead and reaction roll here. I'm thinking could be like brawn endure if you just want to take the shots, or maybe we're thinking fight to keep him at bay, like brawn fight or something like that. I'm trying to think. How about we do actually? You know what? How about we do nerves cool? Right, your quick reflexes here. You're dodging his attacks, making sure you keep it. His gun
I'm expecting this. I'm just trying to play it off. Yeah. Cool.
Just a basic.
Yeah, so I'll risk that basic.
Sounds good. To roll 4 more dice though.
Nope. So I got 2 basics, so I can nullify 2 of the 3 damage.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, so you do get grazed by one of his shots, but mostly you keep yourself cool. All right, David. Yeah, so I think one of the mercenaries is now like shooting you from a distance here with his gun, as you're falling. So up to you.
Actually,
you know, yeah. Let's do this. I want you to do brawn endure. I think you just get shot, especially because Kenny is like already taken, like he's already hurt. We already know that like he's just in that like part of the action movie where he's injured. So I think taking a couple more shots or a shot or maybe just one is going to be fine for Kenny as long as you make this roll. So just endure the pain.
Sorry. So what was the combination? It was
brawn endure.
Oh, okay.
I believe you do lose 1 die here.
Right.
You're hurt.
Basic.
Want to risk it? As of right now, you'll be taking 2 grit. If you leave it at that.
I guess so. Let's see. So I did get another 3.
Nice. Okay. All right, there you go. So you're good to go. You take a shot in the gut and you like, you press your hand to it. The blood's pooling out, but you're like, it's fine.
Maybe like wings me, so it's not actually lodged in me. But
yeah. But yeah, you get to say your catchphrase. Obviously, I'm sure I'm fine.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's fine. Yeah, that's his flaw. Unfortunately, doesn't get any benefits for saying his flaw. I don't think.
No, I know.
But yeah.
All right, cool. Now we are on another round here. What do you guys want to do for your action rolls? Obviously, Walter's going to take that parachute off. What are you going to try to do, David?
I'm going to try and grab hold of somebody with a parachute.
All right,
so
sounds good.
If they deploy it, I'll just hold on to them.
Sounds good. What do you want to do there? Brawn fight or?
Probably, yeah. Basically, I want to grapple onto him.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Cool. Basic, I do get a free reroll on this one.
For that 1 die.
Oh, 2 basics.
Yep.
Keep forgetting
So
that's how
yeah,
that
roll a
works.
1 die, and if you get a 4 or 1, you're good to go.
Yeah,
Nope.
did not.
Still 2 pair though.
Yeah, but that's not good enough to actually do it, right?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, I
could
guess
risk it all is the other option.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess is it always
But
the same
it's only
difficulty
one
against a bad guy, no matter what you're doing? Like, I mean, does right?
I think
don't know.
typically, yeah.
Okay. Um.
Well, actually, not necessarily. If we were doing a straight up fight trying to reduce their grit, then yes. But
Right.
technically, because this is more narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's
it
what I was
can be
wondering.
really
If maybe
difficult
just
to
like
counterbalance the set.
grabbing hold of him would be easier than beating him up. I don't know.
It's still a critical action, I think. But I mean, given how the game works, you would do it, but something would go wrong, right?
Yeah. Right. Okay. I mean, yeah. I guess just do that.
Yeah. I guess you do still technically do have 2 basic successes too. So you can do something minor if you'd like. I'm not sure. I can't remember what basic successes typically let you do.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I can. I think you only spend them if they're extra. I think in this case, I just get less of what I want, right? Like, I think you can take into account the fact that I had to make it less of a failure, but I think it's kind of up to you.
Okay. I'm thinking you don't have any like important gear on you or anything, do you?
I have handcuffs.
Okay, I don't know if those are important enough to have you lose.
Yeah.
So you do definitely grab onto him.
I have cash.
I don't think
my wallet flies off.
Yeah. Oh no, my credit card. Trying to think, because like I could just have him like shoot you or punch you or whatever, but that seems like it's gonna end with you dead pretty quickly here.
Yeah, I mean, you don't
give me
die
another
when you fill
condition.
up
You know what? I'll give you another condition. Let's have you be, because at this point, like you're about to like almost hit the ground, right?
Scared maybe? Or
yeah,
nervous?
scared. Let's do scared. Yeah, I think you're scared. Minus one to all crime rolls. You're you're about to face imminent death.
Yeah.
So you're like clinging desperately to the guy, but he's like trying to like kick your face and like because you're like grabbing his legs.
Yeah.
And yeah, the ground seems very, very close. And then Walter, what did you want to do? Take that parachute?
Go in here. I'm thinking of something more like focus leadership or focus streetwise or something like that.
Okay.
Basically, I want to like bring in Walter's kind of on the fence floor and say, I actually know this guy I've just grabbed onto. I'm like, basically, like I know that I could just shoot him now and like take his like hold him on the way down, but like I think there's like that hesitation there, and Walter says, "Just Craig, damn it, Craig, just get us down on the ground. I'm not going to kill you. I know Kelly." I'm not going to deprive Kelly of another husband.
I like that kind of implies maybe that you did deprive her of the first one.
Yeah.
Probably not, but could be misconstrued.
Very fun. I'm trying to think. What is? I'm trying to. In terms of like when your flaw comes up and like adrenaline and spotlight and all that stuff, what do those things get?
Well, they're all different. I don't remember what happens when you do your flaw. I don't think it's like a positive thing necessarily.
The depends, because you can get like spotlight for bringing in the floor.
Right. Well, yeah, I guess I meant that I don't think.
In fact, it does say, I think it probably should be like smooth or smooth leadership or crime streetwise.
Yeah,
because like I could just do nerve shoot. I'll just shoot him, but I want to like I'll give myself less dice and try and still get it.
So it says for gaining a spotlight, when a hero calls their own flaw into play in an interesting way against their own interest and in spite of the consequences. I think that counts.
Sure.
Yeah,
that sounds fun.
So I'll do smooth.
I'll take another spotlight, my friend.
I'll do crime streetwise.
Do you
Is
actually
that,
know this guy? Right.
Yeah, so it's like because crime streetwise is like interacting with criminals. So it's like
I'd love to think that if you fail this, you think you know this guy, and then
He's like, I'm not
he's
Craig.
like, who's Craig? And then he just shoots you.
Kelly's my sister.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you misunderstand their relationship.
It's like, yeah. So I'm
don't know
gonna
me at all.
spend my adrenaline
Or maybe-
list to bring it up to 6 dice.
Maybe he and Kelly got divorced.
Yeah. or Kelly cheated on him or something.
Yeah, right.
Walter, Kelly is your ex-wife.
Yeah.
uh,
Man.
So it's a
Two
double
pair?
pair. I don't think that this counts as interviewing people. I am a reporter, but I don't think that is. Does it count as gaining contacts? No.
Well.
I will gamble that one of those basics to
Cool.
see if I can get.
Hey, there you go.
I do. Crit and a basic.
Sweet. Yeah, he so what you actually said, like, I don't want to deprive Kelly of another husband, and
Yeah.
It's
It's like
grunts.
basically let's get down to the
Yeah, exactly.
base.
He grunts and then says, "Hold on, you." Yeah, and then the reaction roll here is
Maybe for him it can be to hold on when the shoot deploys.
yeah,
This is
maybe
not being attacked,
for you, David. I think it's going to be the guy trying to kick you in the face to like
Yeah.
dislodge.
We're
you.
just taking turns headbutting each other.
Yeah.
Trying to see who gets pulled unconscious first. That was definitely what I was going to do. I was going to wait for him to deploy a shoot and then just headbutt him. But yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think probably brawn fight.
Yeah, makes sense.
No, you know what? Let's do brawn endure. Because
Okay.
I think this
It's
is.
the
I
same.
think I described that you are grabbing onto his legs, so
actually
you haven't been able to get a good grip on like his
okay.
his torso, and so he is quite literally like kicking you in the face, and you just have to like hold on and just like, or maybe he's like slamming you over and over again with his like butt of his pistol or something.
There you go.
You just have to hold
Let's
on.
see.
Two pair or one pair.
One basic, yeah. So there you go.
Risk
Oh,
for the
all right, we
biscuit.
got it. Hey, and a basic. That was pretty lucky.
Nice, yeah. Okay, yeah. So you're fine. I mean, you're an MMA fighter. You've taken worse before.
Maybe that's when the basic to like climb up on him and
Sure, yeah,
now
yeah,
we
you
start
You can also
headbutting.
because this is the reaction. You can also give the basic to me. If I
Oh yeah,
Does-
you
does-
haven't rolled it. Yeah, I'll do that.
Does he have to
Yeah.
decide first now though?
no, we can wait until we're after we've done our
Cool.
roll.
Oh, really?
So,
Yeah.
Oh.
Because we're
It's all
all
kind of happening.
doing the
It's all
reaction
happening at the same
time.
Yeah. I think actually, Walter, that you're holding on fine. I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. He's helping you, right? But a guy who doesn't understand what's happening next to him is
I'll
going to
help
try
you.
to shoot you in the back, right?
No, Greg.
Yeah, he might like kill Craig
I'll
or whatever,
save
right? Yeah. So I'm thinking.
That's funny.
Let's let's do crime awareness, right? Do you notice this in time?
Sixth
and you
sense tingles.
Are able to get out of the way.
Yeah, cool. It's 4 dice for me. Yep, I definitely get smacked.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh,
So
wait,
you want to
hold on.
give
Can I?
your basic?
That'd
Yeah.
negate one of my things, so I'll just take 2 damage.
In our fighting, we bump into Greg and Walter.
Right. Yeah.
The bullet wings him instead of hitting him.
But yeah, this guy's just like, he takes out a gun and like tries to fire into your back. And I mean, Walter, I definitely think that like Craig gets hit by the bullets, right?
No,
like he's not like
Craig.
dead, but like he got hit by his own dude because of this.
Mhm.
And yeah, he looks very ticked at the you've got him into this situation.
He's not mad at the guy who shot him.
Well, I mean, kind of, but That guy was trigger happy anyway. Everyone
Sorry,
knew it.
Greg.
All right, cool. So we are at the end of it was 3 rounds that you had. So on the 4th round here, beginning of the 4th round, anyone who didn't manage to grab a parachute is running out of options and risk crashing into the ground and being left for dead. You are, I mean, both of you have access to a person with a parachute.
Yeah.
So let's see here.
I assume they're gonna deploy the parachutes.
Yes. So Josh, your character, Walter, Craig manages to pull the parachute. Oh, you know what? No. I think it's the other way around. So it also says in the group here, in the scenario here, if all the heroes have a parachute, one of them is in for a nasty surprise. When they pull the ripcord to open the parachute, it malfunctions and won't deploy. The director randomly determines which of the heroes got the faulty.
Wow. But technically, neither of us have one.
Well, yes, but I think what happens is Kenny, the guy on you, he pulls his parachute because he's like panicked. He's like, I'm hitting the ground here. I'm pulling it, and it deploys fine. I think you hold on, like you were able to, survive the reaction rule last time and whatnot. You're gonna make it to the ground safely. Walter, in the firefight that you have with that other guy, part of the parachute got hit, or maybe it was always faulty to begin with. Craig pulls the parachute and it does not deploy.
No, Greg.
At this point, I think you have to use a spotlight to save yourself. It's that dire. What do you could just crash to the ground, but what do you do?
I think, I mean, I'll spend the spotlight, and I think that I'm kind of still grabbed onto him. And so I just pull out a little knife, probably like a criminal's little switchblade, like the typical one you get in the movies. And I just cut the first chute and pull the reserve, pull the
backup chute. Yeah.
And in fact, I probably grab some of the cloth of the failed one and just bandage his arm where he got hit. It's
nice.
We're gonna be fine.
What does the spotlight what does it specifically say that you?
One of the options is you do anything, pretty much.
Right. Yeah, one of the options is basically do anything, but also an automatic extreme is the other option.
Yeah, extreme success automatically.
Yeah, and then when you spend one, you flip a coin. So I'll roll a d2.
Okay.
And if you succeed the coin, you keep the spotlight, and you don't actually expend.
Oh, okay.
Pretty crazy.
So if this is a 2, I keep that one.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. Let's see. Neat. When you say like your friend, I see. Okay. Cool. Well, there you go. Your spotlight you gained from saving this guy is spent and then regained instantly. Showing us this guy in the first place. But yeah, I definitely think it really comes down to the wire. It is a very, very rough landing. But you do manage to get it off in time and crash to the ground. So you guys are on. Yeah, so you actually land in the water. You, Kenny, and the guy that you're attached to glide a little bit more gracefully into the water, though it's still a nice hard splat against the surface of the ocean here. And the surviving mercenaries glide into the water. Walter, you guys crash a little bit less elegantly. And you'll probably have to help Craig to shore now that he's bleeding. But you survive. The man in black is the only one who, of course, gets to land on the rocky shore. He gracefully just lands on the rocky shore of this the coastline nearby. This does mean, however, that any guns that you guys have on you / the guns of the mercenaries are now useless for now until you guys get them kind of cleaned out and fixed or whatever you need to do to help guns when they have been submerged underwater. The let's see. I don't think there's like a roll for like getting to the shore. Let's see here. Yes. Yeah. So you guys swim to the shore. No one has no one has guns to shoot each other currently. So maybe you're giving each other the stink eye, Kenny, and the guy you landed with, but like he doesn't like try to drown you or anything, right? You guys just kind of you're racing to the shore to see like who can get there first and whatnot, right? Yeah. You just kind of swim quickly over there, pull yourself up on shore, and the man in black is he's disconnected the parachute, and it looks like he's going to try to make a run for it. The mercenaries are kind of in between you and him. At least some of them are. There might be a path you could get to run after him, but it looks like he's running off, and the mercenaries are like starting to like take off their parachutes and their gear and like grab out combat knives, and they're like, yeah, come on, get it, right? Like they're going to attack you. What do you guys do? Craig obviously is your buddy, Walter, so I don't know how much you want to pursue that angle, but he's bleeding too, so you could just kind of like leave him on the shore and rush over to fight. But either way, no one has guns.
I'm gonna try and chase the main guy if I can. I like yell at Kenny. It's like, you take those lot. I'll get the guy.
Yeah. Good luck.
Kenny like grunts, and then he's like, oh man, I gotta take all these guys by myself. All right, cool. Yeah, let's start with you, Walter. You got to make a critical action roll of some sort to reach the man in black.
Yeah.
So go ahead and try that. Whatever you want to try. Do you just leave your friend kind of like groaning on the ground?
Yeah, I probably would say like, stay still, Craig. I'll be back in a minute.
Pretend you're dead. Kenny won't punch you.
Yeah. And then I'll like, I just, I think I'm just like kind of gonna try and like follow his trail.
Right. So he's already run off into the.
Yeah. I'm good at following trails, so I'll like maybe something like focus detect or something to
makes sense to me.
See the notes of his passing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Basic. I get a reroll because I'm following a trail.
Nice.
Two basics.
Right? Not quite what you need.
I will. Yeah, I'll risk it all. Why not? That is a critical. Critical
nice.
And a basic.
Yeah, so this doesn't mean that you catch him. It does mean that you are successfully following his trail, right? Like we see you stumbling after, and you're picking up more and more. And you're like, he dropped his gear there. Okay, yeah, and you're kind of crawling through some like big rocks back here on the shore, and he's like going up a sandbar and up into like a forested area. You're running after him. He has a head start on you, but you're closing the distance quickly. Kenny, want to punch some dudes?
Yeah, sure.
So this is going to be a bit tough. They are pretty tough bad guys. You're going to need 2 criticals to attack them, or the equivalent. So either extreme could count as that, or two criticals basically. What are you doing?
I mean, I don't think I have any shot of that really, so I might just have to spend my spotlight, but that's only, it counts as an extreme, right? So I'd just be like, a hit.
Well, it'd count as
Like I take out one guy with that, right? Basically.
Yeah, well, 1.5 guys. So it's like,
1.5 guys. Yeah, it says get an extreme success automatically, save a friend, remove a condition, save a ride, do whatever you want, and that's about fictional positioning more than getting a bunch of successes or whatever. You can call in your catchphrase to get a spotlight. When a hero calls on their catchphrase in epic or dramatic circumstances, I think this would count, or when they do something cool in the name of their ideals.
You have an idea
there? You also have adrenaline, keep in mind.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of how he would say his catchphrase here. I mean, I think it makes sense timing wise, but jeez.
And his catchphrase is
only one way to get to know somebody. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe it's maybe he tweaks it a little differently. He like looks around, he's like, well, time to get to know each other. And then
yeah, I do think it counts. I'll give it to you because like it's quite literally you against 9 mercenaries. So
yeah, I'll use the spotlight.
I guess
then.
8. Craig is out of the out of the count.
Right. I'll use the spotlight then, and basically just like he just rushes one guy and like tackles him and starts beating the crap out of him, and yeah, does like like an MMA chokehold thing, and then leaps back up to fight the next guy.
Cool. Yeah, so I mean that counts as your action roll for the
and then I flip a
flip a coin,
right? So if it's a
2, I think, because 2 would be tails, I assume.
So
nope. Yep, so it goes away. But you have one, right? Like I gave you one too, so you still have one.
Still have one, yeah.
All right, cool. Yep. So one guy's down. You got 7 more boxes to go.
Well, so I do get do I do extra damage for having done an extreme?
Yeah, you should, right? How does that work again for like the boxes of enemies here? Because it's 3, right? Extreme counts as 3 critical successes. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, so you
needed 2, so
1.5.
A half. Can you do a half? I don't know how that works. Can I guess I could spend a critical to do another attack, but that I don't know if that. I think I just end up getting hurt if I did that. I don't think that would actually help me.
Yeah. You know what? I'll give it to you this time. I'll just let you take out another guy too. This is gonna be difficult enough with the resources you have. So that does mean given that the first box is automatically checked because of Craig, it does mean you hit no, you don't. Okay, the next one would be a hot box. Okay, so 3 functionally 3 of the 9 mercenaries are out of the count at this point. So yeah, I mean this first burst of adrenaline, right, where Kenny's like, okay, and then they're still kind of wary about you and don't know how your fighting style is going to be.
Maybe some of them are still pulling out of the water.
Yeah, exactly. And you just like clobber these 2 dudes. Nice. Almost instantly, but then they start to surround you a little bit, and they like one of them cuts off your escape and you're just like, okay, yep, this is gonna get much harder, much quicker. So in this case, we have some reaction rolls. The man in black is gonna because he didn't land in the water, he has a working gun. He's going to point his gun back at you, Walter, and shoot you. You're still like a good distance away, but he has an angle at you at one point here. Go ahead and make a critical reaction roll with brawn plus stunt to dodge his attacks.
Yeah, so I'm gonna spend my my spotlight because I'm still good with a pistol, and admittedly can't shoot it, but I can throw it, and I just like throw it and beam it at his head.
Okay, so you want like an extreme success, basically?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. Right. Okay. Nice. Yeah. So, I think you like disarm him, right? And he like you hit him in the head. He drops his gun. He stumbles to the ground, dazed. You're going to be able to close the distance by the start of next round, basically. So yeah, you just beam it. Like I imagine almost like a boomerang. You're just like whipping it at him, and he just like slams him in the face. And yeah, he goes down, and you're able to catch up. Sounds great. Kenny, you are going to have to roll critical here to defend yourself against their combat knives. They're going to.
Oh, it's just a critical, not a double.
It is just a critical for the defense. Yes.
Okay, that's good.
So
at least.
brawn fight, please.
Cool.
Unfortunately, -1 die on this.
Yeah. I could spend a thing to get rid of that, but I think I'm better off. I think I'm going to need that to do damage. So, All right. I got a basic, and I'll use my free reroll for fighting. Another basic.
Well, it will minimize the damage anyway. I think it's just 1 grit then, right?
Yeah, it's 1.
I think so. Okay.
How much more grit you have?
2.
Nice.
But you don't die when your grit fills.
You just hit. Well, yeah. What happens when you get full up?
I think you roll on your death roulette.
Oh, okay.
Or something, or it might be like the next time you take damage. I don't remember the exact thing, but basically, yeah, you start using the death roulette.
Nice. Oops. I'm checking it out real quick. When you lost all grit, your next failure in a roll will force you to take a spin. Oh, yeah. And it has a particular... Isn't it the next roll you have 1s on? Because it says your next failure in a roll skull will force you to take a spin on the death roulette.
Yeah.
I think it's just a failure. Dangerous.
Just a failure.
Oh, skull means dangerous. So like you could take damage. Right.
I see.
So basically the next time you take damage.
Yeah. I understand. Okay, cool.
I guess that makes sense.
All right, so they got that 1 grit. They're starting to hit you. None of them have gotten a stab on you, right? They do have combat knives, but none of them have actually stabbed you yet. So you're keeping that distance as much. You're keeping at least that amount of distance between them.
Yeah.
Hitting their arms away from you, but yeah, one of them like gets like the bottom of their knife. They hit you in the side of the head or something, and maybe box your ears slightly, and you're like, you're definitely on your last legs here. Okay, Walter.
I only had 2 to begin with.
I know. Walter, you make it up to the man in black. What would you like to do, my friend? He's at your mercy.
Oh man, if I didn't know that was all it took, I'd have spent it in the plane.
No, you would have just you wouldn't have been able to use a spotlight there. I don't think. So you see slightly dazed for a moment, but
yeah, I think like I'm running up and I'm like moving around a bit, like trying not to stay in his line of sight. And I think Walter basically starts yapping him up. And he's like, "You think you're so suave? A fancy suit, don't you? Well, guess what?" And like he runs up a bit and like says, "Well, guess what? Everyone's a little dirty." And he just like throws sand in the guy's eyes to like kind of distract him.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know whether I'm just spotlighted again or whether.
I mean, well, I'll tell you right now, you've won. Like in terms of like this guy, like you don't have to do anything else. He's at your mercy. Like you've disarmed him. You can do that if you want to. But technically, you've done all you need to do in terms of the scenario.
Yeah. So I'll just like cuff him additionally, and then just start dragging him back towards the beach.
Sounds good. So, Kenny, you need to survive long enough for him to get back, I guess. The mercenaries might not care, but so you action roll here, my friend. You want to spend your other spotlight?
I don't know.
You can at least take an attempt at it.
Yeah, if I
You
was
do have
able
adrenaline to spend.
spend it after, yeah, that's true. Yeah, 2 criticals. I've never gotten 2 criticals. I don't know that there's any reason for me to think I'll get it this time. How many adrenaline can you spend on a roll? Is there a maximum?
I don't know if there is a max. You can have up to 6.
Right.
Yeah,
I
it
guess
doesn't
I'll
say necessarily that you can't spend multiple to gain +1.
Yeah, I'll spend 2, I guess.
Sure.
Let's see if I can do this with a roll.
Ooh,
Good start.
very
I got a
good
critical
start.
and a basic already.
Yeah, so you reload that 3 and the 5 for free, right?
Yeah, I do need to get
Got to get that other 4.
either a 6
or
or
a 6.
4. Yeah. Didn't.
No, darn.
This
exact same roll.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is. It's stupid. What
do you think? You got any other tricks?
Remind me. Yeah. I don't remember how I know there's like a way to push it more. I don't know if I trust that enough.
You can go all in.
Right, but then I risk losing all the successes I had previously, right?
Yeah.
But they don't actually do anything for me, right? Like this doesn't help me at all.
No.
Yeah, not at the moment. Yeah, because you're doing an action roll, not a.
Yeah, so I guess I might as well.
Yep, I would say this is we're nearing the end of the scenario. I'd just use all your resources, right?
Yeah. Okay. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
I hate Roll20. Oh my gosh, that's so stupid.
Okay, yeah. Right. So,
well, I guess I don't do anything.
What happens on this again? You take damage.
Going all in means that you do. If you don't get a better result, you just get nothing at all.
You get nothing.
Yeah.
And then typically in like a combat like this, that means that, like you get hurt, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember because there's a version of the combat where everything is dangerous and you always find out who does damage with every roll. But
then that doesn't really make sense for when we're if we're at risk of taking damage on our attacks
and they're not
at risk of taking damage on their attacks, then it's kind of it doesn't
like I don't
make a lot of sense.
Maybe I should look because there's a version of the combat system where that's how it is, right? Every roll, so you just do one roll and then someone takes damage. But it doesn't really make sense that in the regular combat system, our rolls result in us getting hurt, but their rolls, if we succeed in defense, doesn't result in them getting hurt. And if it does, then it's just literally the other system. So I'm not really sure how it works now. I thought of that the last time when I was like, okay, do they take damage for successful defense? But yeah, I'm not sure now. Here.
Yeah, it doesn't. It seems like the combat we did earlier that has like a little blurb in the scenario thing here. It doesn't seem to imply that we're doing the one that you take damage on an action roll, a failed action roll.
Right.
There should be some sort of consequence here. I'm just trying to figure out.
So yeah, it does. This does just say that if you. Oh, okay. You know what? So it says that if you fail a dangerous roll, you lose grit, right? And I think the idea with that combat system is that every roll is dangerous, which I think implies that that's not the case for normal combat. I'm trying to find the other combat rules.
I would imagine this would be dangerous, yeah.
Well,
that makes sense, though.
What I think means is that like the dangerous roll, the one that risks you getting hurt, is the reaction. I'm trying to find the actual combat system rules. I don't know why I'm struggling for some reason. I thought there was.
I'm also happy just giving you another condition.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out. Well, face 8. Okay, I didn't go far enough. Okay. Yeah. So action rolls are not dangerous. Reaction rolls are.
Got it.
And then the alternate. Let's see. Yeah, and let's see. Trying to see if it talks about failing. It doesn't really say anything.
That's fine. I'm gonna give you nervous. You look nervous now, right? If Walter ran off without you, you are all alone here, and you're starting to get a little worried.
Okay.
Because now that like you try to do it on your own merit and not just on the adrenaline, the spotlight, and whatnot, and it's a lot more difficult than you thought, right? They're closing in on you. They all have knives.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is the line that confused me. It says this means that all reaction rolls made during combat are dangerous rolls, and I just remembered it saying all rolls.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, okay.
That makes sense. Oh. All right, Walter. Yeah. I think you're still far enough away that you can't reach in time here. Kenny, you're gonna have to make a reaction roll as they try to stab you. Go ahead and just do another fight brawn there, and we'll see how well you can hold your own. Walter, you could have grabbed his gun, by the way.
For the gun? Yeah, I would have.
Yeah. Did we find what?
Did you find the rules on the fighting stuff?
Yeah, it seems like reaction rolls are the ones that give you damage and not action rolls.
Yeah, because I think there's like a simplified version.
That's what it is.
Brawl,
yeah.
But in Brawl, there aren't reaction rolls. There are just action rolls.
Right.
Yeah.
All your action rolls are dangerous. You just make action rolls. This one is action rolls aren't dangerous, and reaction rolls are.
Yeah. So I gave him a condition. He's nervous now, as part of the failure because he went all in and had no successes, but no other no grit or anything. Yeah. So David, fight Braun probably here to hold your own in the fight against them. Yeah.
Okie dokie.
You need a critical.
Or you could do your cinematic because you didn't spend it on that one.
2 pair.
I actually don't like getting those. I prefer getting not any other ones because then I get more reroll dice.
Nope.
Yeah,
well, I mean, the 2 pair would have given you reduced it to 1 damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get a free reroll anyways for fight.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
But yeah, I prefer getting more dice to reroll towards the critical than having an extra basic. But I guess it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. You take one more grit. You have one grit remaining left, to mark. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So probably at this point, Josh, you also show up and you have a gun, so you can help out here. And then Kenny, if you want to take another shot at these guys.
That was fine.
I mean, this is abstracted out. Like you're not actually just doing one punch or whatever. Like
right, of course. Yeah. I'm not Saitama. Here we go. That's One Punch Man. In case you didn't.
You felt like it on that first hit.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, I'll just keep swinging. I guess. Here we go. That's all.
Yeah. That. Good old straight there.
That is a little better. Not good enough.
Just a basic.
I mean, I guess I might as well all in because I just have a basic anyways. So
2 basics.
Yeah. What happens if you re-roll it and you do get a better result? You just don't lose
the better result.
Okay.
Yeah, you keep the better result. Yeah.
But 2 basics doesn't really do anything for me either, right?
No. Not really. No.
Okay.
Not here. So you're trying, you're doing your best, but probably at this point, like one of them has you in like in a arm lock or something like that, and they're like one of the other guys is about to like come up and stab you in the chest. Like that's gonna be your reaction roll next. Like they're gonna. This is a bad spot for you, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, I could do cinematic again, but do we want to just like do some fun shooting or
You could also try to like threaten the guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm better at shooting. I was gonna do something with shooting. Yeah. Let's I'll actually do the shooting roll this round, and then we'll see what happens. I'll do spotlight next time. Let's see. 6. Pew. 3, 3, nice. 3. So that's a critical. I get a free reroll, so I'll roll 3 dice.
3. So yeah, critical in the basic.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I may as well risk it all. Although addition, but got something. Yeah, why not? I'll spend it.
Do it.
Oh, that's 2 criticals. Exactly.
Nice. There you go. Yeah. So you shoot one of them in the head, probably, right? Like the guy who has
probably the guy
lock.
that's got him in the arm lock. I just go blam.
Yeah. So David, this Kenny, it looks really bad for Kenny, and like the guy who has him in an arm lock is like holding you down so like the other guy can come and stab you, and then suddenly the arm lock relaxes, and it's because the guy has a bullet hole in his head and he falls down. Nice. You see Walter in the distance with a pistol, like, I gotcha.
Nice. Good save.
All right, cool. Then we do have reaction rolls. Then Kenny, you that guy with the knife is still going to try to stab you. So probably brawn
fight again.
Fight.
Yeah, makes sense.
One basic. You need a critical.
Hey, I got a 3 right there.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, so I just like kick the knife. Like,
yeah. Yeah. Kicks the knife away. Walter, I think. You know what? Let's say that the man in black tries to wrestle with you. He was maybe pretending to be a little bit more dazed than he was, and he's gonna try to take your gun from you. He's like wrestling the gun out of your grip. So probably brawn fight too. Like you have to do some grappling stuff here.
Okay. Yeah, I'll spend my spotlight that as he goes to wrestle with me, I just because we're both kind of chained to this thing. I just bring it up and smack him in the jaw.
Yeah, so we the way that the shot has been framed is like, oh no, Walter doesn't realize, he doesn't know that the guy has that he's back. He has his wits about him, and then the man in black, he's like ominous shot of him being like, I'm gonna grab it, and then you just ooh! And then he just slumps and stay down. Sweet.
Man, I'm amazing these coin flips.
Goodness gracious. All right, cool. Now you guys can both get some action rolls here. So, actually, you did hit the hot box there for the mercenaries. So I do get a special adrenaline that I can spend on things. Let me see when I can do that. I see. Okay. Nice. Yeah. But yeah, go ahead. Whoever would like to do an action roll.
Sorry, Ruth's not feeling super good, so the sooner we can wrap up, the better. Not to rush
things, this is basically it. It's just
pretty close. Yeah.
Yep.
So we're doing attacks.
Yeah. Fighting
How many
mercenaries
left are there? How many are left?
There are. What am I looking at? 5.
Jeez. Okay. I mean, I guess I'll save my spotlight for later. Yeah, so I just I kick the knife out of the guy's hand, and I'm gonna just try and do a chokehold slam thing.
Sweet.
All right, here we go.
All right, one pair.
Something. Oh, but I need 2 to get him. So yeah, it's
yep.
Probably not gonna happen. I literally can't happen actually.
I mean, right? You get 3s.
You can get all
two
threes.
extra threes.
Oh, if you get an extreme, yeah, that'll happen.
Okay, 2 pair.
2 basics at least.
I'm gonna go all in.
I mean, I can't get it because I would need.
Achieve it.
Yeah,
No.
You can get a critical and basic.
Right, but that still wouldn't do anything.
Right.
Yeah, it's too bad there's no way to push the number of dice short of adrenaline, right? Like there's no like exploding or whatever. It's kind of hard when something's past your.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, not quite.
Yeah. Remember, you have like adrenaline to spend, and
I don't anymore. I spent both.
No, you spent it all. Okay.
On that last roll.
When do I give you adrenaline again? Let's see. Yeah, probably not. Oh, wait. Have you been hitting your hotbox? Did you hit your hotbox?
No, I still have one more.
It's the last one.
Grit. Yeah, it's the very last one. Yeah.
Well, you'll get 2 adrenaline when you hit that.
Yeah. Okay, that's true.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how to fail forward with this one. I don't want to give you like another condition.
Yeah, I mean, I figure I just well, no, I didn't just barely fail it. I forgot it was 2 extremes. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you're just fighting desperately to a standstill and aren't able to get a good hit on them.
Yeah,
you look cool. Walter.
Yeah, I mean, I'll spend my spotlight just to,
which you've never actually had to spend.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah.
It's probably
shooting them.
It's probably worth like me just keeping my spotlight so I can just revive you.
Yeah.
So you still have 2?
Yeah. But if he goes down 3 times, then we'll probably need to use spotlight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you know what? Why not? I'll just like I'll do a shoot roll. Regular shoot roll this time. Yeah, I think like Walter kind of pulls the semi-unconscious body in front of him and like waves his arms about and shoots, like using him as a body shoot, like a human shield. Like, look at me! I'm the man in black now.
Goodness gracious.
So 2 pair, and I'll use my free reroll.
Hey, there you go.
So it's
still
1
enough,
critical.
All in.
I don't want to. Why not? Yeah,
nope.
Nothing.
Yeah, so it's possible. Trying to think here. I think the guy gets shot, probably, right? Like the man in black just gets shot. He's probably not dead, but like you've definitely used your human shield, and he might not be as coherent as you want him to be when you actually interrogate him.
Not working.
So he landed on. Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, again, maybe one of them throws the knife at you, and it hits the guy. Oh, he grunts. All right, cool. Then instead of the normal reaction roll, and we're going to conveniently ignore whether or not this weapon would also have been
submerged.
Yeah, whether or not it would have been rendered useless by the water. During your reaction turn, the enemies do not attack. Instead, they throw a grenade. So I think they're just like, yeah, we got to finish this fast. Like they got the man in black sort of thing. And so the guy who maybe looks like the leader just pulls the pin on a grenade, and I think probably throws it at you, Josh, at Walter. So Kenny, I think, is fine. Like the rest of them just kind of scatter out of the way, right? Like to get out of the range of the blast. I don't think you're really in that much danger, Kenny. But Josh, you have to roll an extreme reaction roll.
I'm definitely going to use my spotlight,
of course,
to like do the Deadpool thing of just shoot it in their hand kind of thing.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay. So
turn the gun sideways for cool points.
I don't think you can do that. It does say specifically here, if a hero scores an impossible success, they can bounce the grenade back. So just with that extreme sets on the spotlight, not able to do so.
Okay. So I'll shoot it out of the sky, but not in the air.
Yeah. You shoot it in the air and it, but judge it quick draw. But honestly, at that point, I think we'll say that the mercenaries maybe just scatter. Incredible. You just keep getting this. Just so we could keep the fight going for a while here, but I think they've done their big thing and you just shot it out of the air. I don't think them fighting you with knives a bunch is gonna really matter that much. So let's just say that they kind of just decide to run off. And you can chase them if you want to, but I think they've decided to. They were willing to just throw a grenade at the man in black, so it doesn't seem like they care too much about whatever this is going to end up being. So they just run off, and maybe the leader of the mercenaries just looks back and shakes a fist at you. This isn't over. We'll be back, right? And then run off. You guys can check out the briefcase and talk to the man in black. What does that look like? What do you guys do?
Well, since the man in black is somewhat knocked out at the moment, I probably go over and tend to Craig.
First. Sure.
Yeah, make sure he's okay.
Apparently his friends just left him.
Yep.
Yeah. He says, "Oh, I'm fine. I just really no matter what you're doing, if I get involved with you, I always end up getting shot. Happened in Miami. Happens here."
You need to join different criminal empires. Pick one of the ones I'm friends with instead of the ones I shoot.
This one paid so much, though. Yeah, and are you still handcuffed to the to the briefcase?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Kenny, what are you doing?
I don't know. I would loot the man in black, but I don't have any skills for that. So.
I don't think you need to roll anything.
Okay.
You certainly grab a keys to the briefcase. You pat him down quick and grab those out. As you do, Kenny, he seems to gain a little bit of cognizance, and he just starts laughing. Do you unlock the briefcase?
Nah, it's just headbutt him. Shut up.
Okay. Yeah, he's out for real now. So you unlock the briefcase. Actually, you have the key, so you can just unlock it easily. He
unlocks. He goes. He expects it to explode. It opens real fast.
No, it doesn't explode. You see some papers inside. That's first what it is. So maybe at first you're like, oh, this is the plans to the Project Medusa, this weapon, this experimental weapon. Walter, you finished tending to Craig, and so you step over. And Kenny, you start flipping through the pages, and I think we get a shot of over your shoulder or behind you. Walter's coming up behind you, and at first he doesn't see what you're looking at, and we see Kenny, his posture changes, and he gets a little, he leans in a little bit, and he keeps flipping through them faster and faster. And by the time, Walter, you get over his shoulder, you realize that he's flipping through blank pages. And then the very last page that you grab out, Kenny, there is a single yellow Post-it note with a simple drawing of a smiley face.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think Craig at that point says, "Sorry, Walt." Like he knew this was a decoy, basically.
Yeah.
Don't be sorry. I bill hourly.
Say again.
My bills are paid hourly. I'm on an hourly rate. This just means a longer job.
Yeah. Would you like to make Walter just make a smooth roll of some sort here? I'm curious just about how like easily he spills the rest of it. Just do smooth speech, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, critical.
So that's critical. Yeah. I will roll the other 2 dice because
for free.
Because I'm a reporter, I get to interview and interrogate people. But yes,
nice. Extreme success. Yeah, so like everything you've done with Craig has like he's on your side now, basically, right? So he just says, sorry, Walt, like briefcase is always on a different plane. They knew you were after it. They knew they had to lead you off on a false trail.
Yeah, and I think Walter definitely like straight up like says his I've got an hourly rate I'm doing this.
Yeah.
All this means is that Carter has to pay me more. If he's got any money after his hospital bills.
Yeah, exactly. And he says, I think it's already in a lab. Somewhere off the coast of Greece. I didn't never get the details. But I heard my boss say something about a lab in Greece. That's all I can give you.
No problem. Let's get you back to Kelly. Then I've got a Grecian holiday to go on.
Yeah, and he chuckles softly and he says, Kelly and I we're separated now. Maybe after this is all over, I'll get paid enough to... Oh, wait. You just almost killed my employer. I was gonna impress her with a fancy car. Maybe she'd take me back.
Come and tell me. Something tells me Kelly isn't that kind of girl. Have you tried quality time as a love language? And it's like we've kind of cut.
Fade off at that.
Away. It's like,
Kenny, did you have any last like thoughts or comments as we see your character?
Maybe I just like walking up, dragging the man in black by one leg while they're talking. You start saying that and like just standing there.
You're texting the girl from the diner. What's your number?
Oh yeah, yeah. His phone beeps. He picks it up. Yeah.
I was imagining that Kenny maybe might say something like, "But I'm still getting paid too, right?"
Oh yeah, yeah. I thought I did think that, but yeah. So maybe he walks up and says, "I'll take a paid holiday to Greece."
Right. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, and then we, maybe we'll come back to this next time. I don't actually have the rest of the Project Medusa game, but maybe I'll get it at some point.
Just make it up. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. But there you go. That's been Outgunned. Nice. A lot of fun. Definitely a couple of things that I don't quite not that I don't understand about the rules, but there's stuff that I need to like internalize. Yeah. But definitely a lot of fun. It felt pretty dangerous there at the end. Like I think you guys probably should have or could have defeated them, especially like Josh kept re-rolling his spotlight over and over again. So he could have just kept shooting them fairly.
Yeah.
But I did see something in like brawl rules that seemed to imply it should have been the other way around. So
how so?
What do you mean?
As in our attacks against them only need 1 critical and they deal 2 criticals to us.
Well, I think it depends, right? Because every NPC has a attack rating and a defense rating. So you could have a double crit attack and a single crit defense, or vice versa.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. Was I just doing it the wrong way around? Was I?
What I mean is that it depends on the enemies. So whatever the book told you to do. Yeah.
So at least the way that it was written in the roll chapter seemed to imply that like
No. I'm looking at it right now. It says if the hero makes their action roll and manages to match or beat the enemy's attack, then they landed a blow. Yeah, so it's player facing. It's attack means when you attack them. So it is right. It was what you. Yeah, no, that's how we were doing it. Okay, I was
because each NPC has an attack and a defense, right?
Yes.
And so, yeah, I mean, I'm sure that they're not always the same. So even if he did swap them, and he might not have, but even if he did, there could easily be enemies that had it the other way around, right?
That's true. Yeah, but I thought it made more sense to me that like it's harder to hurt them than it is for them to hurt you. Because that makes the fight last longer, which is typically how Outgunned. I think they wanted to be cinematic and be like, yeah, they're so tough to kill, but like, you can keep dodging too, sort of thing, right?
Yeah. Although, double crits is hard to.
So I am actually looking at it right now, David. It does say during a brawl, all rolls are action rolls.
Well, so that's a brawl. That's the special fast mode.
Oh, that's the special fast mode.
No, one on page 127, it's got the enemy attributes, and it says the attack score of an enemy represents the difficulty of reaction rolls that heroes will make when dodging their attacks during reaction turn.
So
it's just directly contradicting itself in the rules here then, because they definitely said it the other way around in this other section I was reading.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
And it doesn't really matter anyways, right? Like,
yeah,
each NPC could be different, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it makes sense that an NPC's attack rating is what we have to roll to not get hurt. But it doesn't make a difference really. That's just how I would have guessed it. But yeah, ultimately you could just switch those values. It wouldn't matter. Yeah. And as far as the combat goes, so if you look on page, it doesn't have a number. I guess it's 114. It's the very first combat page. It talks about the regular combat system, and the reaction turn has the skull at the end, but the action turn doesn't. And that's how they denote the danger. Whereas the brawl is just basically, instead of doing reaction turns, everything is a
so they
double duty.
They spell out this is how combat usually works, and then it's like if you want to go faster, this is what you do.
You can do an abbreviated version by just having it be. It's basically turns it from turn based to all player facing, right?
Yeah. Okay, I understand. Okay. I'm curious here. Enemies with double difficulty. When you're in a brawl against an enemy with an attack score of 2 basic or 2 critical, you risk losing twice the grit. Good news is that it only takes you 1 success of the right type to deal them 1 grit, which means you can get in some damage even if you don't manage to dodge all the
I read that. I forgot about it. That's right. You can hurt them. You just don't do full damage.
You don't do full damage. Okay. Yeah. That would have been helpful to know.
Because I was like, man, hitting double crits is really hard.
Yeah.
And like actually, I think basically impossible unless you spend adrenaline or have 6 dice.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense though, because like I knew that was one of the things we hadn't looked up very much. Was the double difficulty thing. I'm glad we.
I'd read the double difficulty section in the normal game rules a lot because I didn't understand. I was like, double? Why did you do that? And then I read it and I was like, okay, it's just a half difficulty step.
It's a half difficulty thing.
Yeah, I forgot that there was a special rule in combat. I read it. I just forgot.
Yeah, I guess we didn't do like any of the ranged or gun kind of focused gunfight things. We had you, Kenny. So we had you, Kenny. So most of it was like pretty up close and personal anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's lots of little fun little things that I think would be a lot of fun. Like an extended gunfight could be really cool with all the range stuff. There's obviously a bunch of different types of enemies. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have had the boss do 6 grit to you right off the bat, because like it did say specifically in there, like you can't hurt them at all. Don't if they try, then just this happens. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Which makes sense. That's typically how those things go in movies. It's like when it's not the showdown yet, when you're not fighting the villain, you just can't hurt them, and something else happens. Yeah, something goes sideways. Anyway, lots of really fun little things here. I definitely think I was thinking about this the other day. I actually ended up asking him, but he wasn't free. I think Adam Schlesman would really like this system.
I think so too. Yeah,
just because he likes movies so much. Like he would get all of the tropes instantly and be very like it's very action oriented. It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should definitely play it again in the future. But for now, thanks for hanging out and doing some Outgunned with me.
Yeah, thanks for that.
That was really good fun.
Fun time. All right.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Go ahead and end it there. Thanks for playing, guys. And thank you for watching. Adios.